we're doing something a little different here right now. We are coming to you live. Right now, I got to my left, your right, and is my boy DJ PJ. How's it going?
Man, we are chilling. This is great. I don't know if this is different because this is how we started.
This is
We
exactly how it
started
started.
live. We did two live episodes, and then we were like, you're 2 miles away. That's too far. Let's just do this on Zoom. So,
Well, Zoom ended up being a really good one. A lot of our guests that have come on, they live pretty far away. One of our big supporters, shout out to Marley Wilson, head of NorCal Soccer. He was in California. I don't think he was just coming over to New York just randomly, you
facts, facts.
know.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we are coming to you live. We are. I'm going to give a quick plug to the Sound Collective. This is where DJ PJ really gets his music groove on. Very happy that we get the studio for the time that we need to come with this. But yeah, kind of want to get into some footy before the weekend. International break just finished up. I know that we dove a lot into that subject over on Tuesday for our listeners. And then right now, we have some FA Cup games that are coming up to you. We have a few smaller things that we want to also discuss. But first, because PJ wasn't really around for the U.S. men's national team, and he's our man on the ground when it comes to U.S. men's national team. I wanted to give him a little bit more time to kind of give you some hard hitting facts about that matchup. So yeah, PJ, kind of take it away. What were your thoughts on Pochettino, the squad? What did you see? What you hate? Especially because these two matches really defined,
Yeah.
especially before next year, before the World Cup, like what we're going to look like.
Yeah. I've had obviously some time to think about it, and since the games were a couple days away or a couple days in the past, has some time to reflect and listen to some other analysis.
Yeah,
But I think when the last time we spoke, that was before the we lost again to Canada, right?
yeah,
That was
yeah.
in between that.
That was the in between match. Yeah,
So obviously, a third place match is not very exciting considering we won this tournament 3 times in a row. But considering what's at stake, there's very little prep before the 2026 World Cup. We should have taken that game seriously and busted our butts to try to win that.
yeah,
And we lost again.
yeah, yeah.
So the big question is what's going on with Pochettino? How much of it is on him? And I think it's hard to say. A lot of the criticism is that he might not have some of the passion.
Mm,
No foreign coach has ever won a World Cup with a country of not his origin.
really?
So there, yeah.
That's an interesting thing.
So there is that argument. It's hard to say because at the end of the day, we're not in the locker room with him,
Yeah.
so we don't know if he's just chilling. He's getting a lot of crap about he's doing these celebrity matches and he went to scout a player in Argentina, but we really think he just went for like an asado and to see his family.
Mm,
So we can debate whether his tactics are good or not, but how much passion he has for the job. I think one of the other criticisms is that there's no Americans on the staff,
mm.
which I think might be fair. Uh, let's try to be positive. The team is really banged up. Some of our best players weren't there. I think one of our best, perhaps maybe our best playmaker, he's my favorite player. So I'm a little biased. Serginho Dest
Uh,
was gone.
yeah, he's still out.
He's practicing. I don't know when he's back, but it's looking like soon.
Yeah, Serginho, that man is just flying up the wing. Didn't work out for him at Barcelona. Still kind of reinvented himself over in Europe right now. That was a really major injury when he left off
Yeah,
last year, and it was like,
that
how late was it in the year? How was that?
he's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been
He
a
has been
really long.
out for a very long
Yeah,
time. I think it's been over 6 months.
yeah,
So it was a major injury, and he was in great form before.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was in great form before, so hopefully he continues that. But yeah, we didn't have him. Robinson called out the last minute,
Hmm.
second in the English Premier League in assists as a fullback. So
Loving
he
him.
is in
Yeah,
his
he's
prime right
great
now.
form. Great form.
Beast. We love our top three strikers. You could argue weren't there. So hopefully there's reason for optimism. Maybe I'm just trying to be overly optimistic, but there have been other teams like, for example, Morocco in the 2022 World Cup.
Yeah.
They fired their coach 6 months before the World Cup. They did not seem like they were going to make any noise. We beat them
Hmm.
in a friendly, and then they had that spectacular semifinal run. So
Yeah, Euros
maybe
were pretty crazy this
maybe
year.
I'm just trying to be cheery, but I think there is some reason for optimism. But we need to see them bring their A team or something like their team to the Gold Cup to feel good as fans.
I don't know if I need to feel good. I just want to see a win. Like I don't really care for the feel good story anymore. You're gonna have it. This is the second World Cup in our lifetime.
Yeah,
In U.S. soil.
which is
Like,
completely unfair, but I'm not mad.
why would you be mad? Like,
I'm not
supposedly
mad.
U.S. is the best. Like, whatever is going on, infrastructure wise, we need to fix that up. But if the US is going to be in this point, we have as many people as we have the pool of talent that we have. Why are we doing better? Like, and my biggest issue with the way that things are really moving right now with the US men's national team is no accountability. I am not seeing it. I'm seeing
Yes.
from other soccer pundits, other former players, Clint Dempsey, Landon Donovan, Tim Howard. They have their own podcast and they have a way to be able to express their frustrations with what's going on. And one thing that I'm really noticing, everybody's talking about heart. Everybody's talking about talent.
Yep.
Like, but even still, with heart and talent, players should know how to play with each other. These guys have been playing with each other for years. Under Halter, they've been playing under him, and the team was pretty much unchanged. Tactically, it looked a lot the same. Like,
Pochettino made some changes which he was
it was like
criticized
small
for, but
tweaks, but
yeah.
we still have the same issue of goalkeeper. None of our goalies are starting for their clubs, or if they are starting, they're not doing well. I'm not very excited about where things are going to, but
Tim Howard come out of retirement.
no, let that man cook. Like, let that man live. He's played long enough.
What's up, Timmy? I know you're in the neighborhood. I've ran into
Oh
him
yeah, we've
in New
run
York
into.
twice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
come by.
I was walking by West Village. And I was like, is that Tim
I saw him in the West
Howard?
Village too.
Yeah.
I saw he was just chill. I was so nervous. Like, I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" He was like, "Yeah, man.
I just said what's up. I was like, yo, man, dope work, and I just kept it moving.
We need Timmy." Yeah.
Yeah,
Goalkeeper is definitely a problem and will definitely manifest itself when we start playing higher quality opponents. I think specifically in this Nations League, I don't think that was the problem.
hmm,
One goal in 2 games against Canada
yeah.
and Panama was the problem.
Oh, for sure.
But goalkeeper is a problem, but it wasn't the problem in this specific tournament.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's just go through the list of U.S. men's national team players right now. What do you see? What do you not see? So I'm just going directly off of this last U.S. versus Canada match. So in
It
goal,
was a
we
weird
have,
lineup.
yeah, Matt Turner. You keep him. We have to keep him, but would you want to make him the number one for the World Cup next year?
We have to see if he gets playing
Yes
time.
or no? Yes or no? We got to
Yes.
stick with it. All right.
I still say yes. I still think he's our best shot stopper.
All right. You have Arston over at the right back spot.
I I'm pretty sure that's Serginho Dest spot
It
unless he
is.
gets injured again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. McKenzie. He was playing back there.
Yeah, I think Richards was injured.
Hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure he was. I think that would be Chris Richards' spot. The second center back spot is up for grabs. A
Carter
lot of
Vickers is good, but you're saying McKenzie as a backup isn't good enough to go.
I mean, I could see a McKinsey pairing with Richards
Okay,
for
as long
sure.
as I don't see Tim Ream, I love what he's done for the country. But if I see him starting in 2026 as a starting center back for the
At almost
U.S. men's
40.
national team, we have an issue, guys. We have a big problem.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. I think McKinsey and Richards could be a good combination.
Oh yeah, for sure. Carter Vickers, is he a good backup to go, or do you feel as though someone else should be in that spot?
Yeah, I think it depends on the matchup. Like he's very solid, you know, fundamentally and tactically. He's not like super athletic. He's
Hmm.
strong, but he doesn't have like the speed of someone like Miles Robinson. So, you know, if we're kind of bunkering, he might be someone to have, but he doesn't really offer much going forward.
Hey, how's it going?
We got some guests
Yeah,
here.
we got some guests coming in. Fun things on the live show, you know.
Yeah, I like it. You know what? We should have told them to come and sit in.
Yeah,
Next time.
if we had a studio audience, that would have been pretty dope.
Next time.
Next
We're gonna
time.
have to get some fans.
We're slowly growing.
Slowly.
Slowly. But yeah, anybody that's actually listening right now, please tell your friends about us.
Let's go.
All right, Joe Skelly. So this is Robinson's normal spot. I know that Robinson wasn't starting this match, but is Skelly good enough to be backup for the U.S. men's national team?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think
you take him.
I think he's a great option to fill in for Robinson or Dest, but Robinson are clear starters. I mean, Joe Scally has been starting in the Bundesliga for the last 3 years, and he's only like 22.
Yeah.
He's like one of only 5 or 6 players in the world who's started that many times in a top 5 league at his age. So he's just so solid. He's not going to cross people up Serginho Dest style, but I think he's a great
Serginho
option
just
to
has
have.
this. He has the speed. Robinson has the speed, but his defensive quality has gone up. Like you can tell without our backs and within world football right now, a lot of good play is from your back, your left and your right back wing play.
For sure.
They support, they maraud up and down those wings. Like they give a lot of support so that the front wingers can just be able to focus on front winging. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm very worried about our backups. Like Robinson gets hurt. If Serginho he doesn't come back like fully 100%, like he'll have another season to get him work himself up. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, Timmy Adams. I feel as though he should be Captain America, but
Tyler, yeah.
yeah,
He is, I think, our leader.
yeah.
And a lot of people have been talking about this recently, how Christian Pulisic is our best player, but he's not a natural leader, and I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to change if that's not fundamentally who he is. So
I don't know. Pulisic has been barking back at people lately, and I'm loving to see the fight. Hopefully, that translates into active leadership on the pitch.
Yeah.
Because he's doing well. So, Adams, you saying yes, definitely?
I think he has to be a locked-in starter because
Yeah.
of the leadership he brings. It also depends on the type of lineup we have because we're pretty stacked.
You need someone to protect.
And we have a lot of depth in the central midfield.
Yeah.
So who's going to start? There's going to be some players playing at big clubs who are not going to be in our starting lineup in 2026. So it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Okay. McKinney, Willie.
Well, I mean, McKennie should theoretically be a leader too because he recently became a co-captain at Juventus.
Yeah.
Which is an incredible achievement for an American. So he's versatile. I would imagine he's going to be in our starting lineup,
Mm-hmm.
but we have a lot of strong players kind of who can play, at least can play central midfield, maybe aren't natural central midfielders. Depends on the formation, but I imagine he's starting most games. I mean, he's having a great season.
Yeah. His first season back, I do remember last year he went to I want to say he went to the Prem. Didn't really look the best, but as soon as he got back to Italy, like he looks great.
He's in great form.
Yeah. Well, all of the Americans over in Italy right now are kind of showing up.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think the one person that gets a lot of criticism is Musa.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done much for the US. He's still starting at AC Milan.
Mhm.
I think the criticism with him is that he's not progressing, but he's still a great depth piece to have, even though he's been heavily criticized.
Okay. So starting Willie McKinney is your point.
Weston?
Yeah.
Are we talking 2026? Or?
Yeah, 2026.
I would say almost definitely.
All right. Weah, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out
Wait,
Tim Weah.
Tim Weah's a friend of the show?
Yes, sir.
Can we, wait. Can we get a quick... What?
Yeah. So one of the big reasons as to why we got Jeremy Abobasi onto the show was got to meet Tim Weah and his people at
Hell yeah.
At my company's Spring Hill. He came and did a talk about like him, like his life, like what he's really enjoying, and was super duper happy to like really understand like who they were, what they're what he's going through. He has a whole album in French.
He has an album in French?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing stuff.
What a boss.
Yeah, and I got to give a big shout out.
He's a rapper.
he's in there. He's in the mix.
Well, he should come here because this is a music studio.
Yeah.
So
I got to give a big shout out to Joaz Soroselli. She was really instrumental on making sure that that connection worked. And hopefully we can get some other people under her purview. Like
let's go.
she was really awesome. And so yeah, I love working with people that want to continue to grow the game. And her brand team, like everything that she's created with some of these players, with some of the fan engagement people that she's working with, a lot of different influencers within the space, like she's killing it. So yeah,
Let's go.
big fan of hers.
Well, if Tim Way is a fan of the channels, we're locking him in as a starter. He's having the best season
I was locking him
of
in regardless.
his life
Yeah,
right now. I
yeah.
mean, he's kind of playing as sort of a wing back. He's not in a super offensive position like he was at Lille, for example,
Yeah.
where he was like a false nine. He has 5 goals on the season, and because he's also versatile, there's no way that he is not in our lineup in some way. The question is, what is his best position? We can debate that, but he should be in the lineup
Mm.
wherever he is.
Oh, completely agree. Like he had an amazing Champions League campaign this year over in Europe, and even though Juventus is not having the greatest domestic season, he's been a very strong bright spot for
I
them.
think they're in 4th or 5th, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that mix.
AC Milan is not doing as
Yeah,
well.
they are not. It's a lot of.
They're still competing for Champions League.
Yeah. All right. So Tim Weah definitely is going to be up there for you. Got it. Pulisic. Obviously, I don't really want to go too in depth with him because we know he's automatic starter for the squad.
Yeah, I think he's got to be starting on the left side. I think that's his.
You want him starting on the left side instead of the central?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the debate.
What do you want in central then?
That is the difficult part because we always thought it was going to be Gio. Gio has not shown out for club or country.
Yeah.
But when he is at his best, it seems like is when he's cutting in, and I think he has to be on the left side. If he has a striker that he can play with,
I like Christian on the right.
You like him on the right?
He's doing great things with Leao over at AC, and he's exclusively on the right.
So who would you have on the right then?
I would have. That's a good point. Who would I have on the right side? I don't know. Luna. He looked decent.
He did.
Yeah, he looked pretty good, but and we're talking about starters. I would have Christian on the right.
Way.
I would have Way on the left. I would move McKinney up. I would have him in the central attacking mid role because he's an engine in that.
Yeah.
I would start Munta and Adams.
Musa and Adams as the double
pivot.
Yeah, I would. I think Tanner Tessman might be in that conversation, but
Tanner Tessman is completely agree. But like, if we're just talking about tactically where I see the team right now, we know that our back needs a lot of protection, so we got to figure something out with that. You know? And that's probably the best tactical space that I can give. Like, I'm not the coach. I am not Poach, but just watching the squad for as long as I have, this is what I'm.
The question is, who is our creative player? Because Pulisic is a take players one-on-one type player. He is creative, but he's not like a typical 10. He's Gio Reyna is like your typical 10, but he's
not doing well.
Not
for the US team
or for Dortmund. So if Reyna was in form, I would say that answer is easy. So who is our playmaker then? McKennie's just so good that he could do that role, but he also offers a lot of protection if you have him as a 6. So if no one steps up, he might need to play in that position just like how Michael Bradley did back in the day.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of interchangeable parts between midfield and the attacking third.
A lot of players with versatility, so that's a positive.
Yeah, it's a positive and also a negative because jack of all trades, master of none. We know
like that's me.
I love it. And then striker. Let's wrap this up at a quick little bow. I don't even know how to say this man's name. Aguamang.
Patrick Aguiman,
yeah.
He plays on Charlotte. He's there because, I mean, I hope he blossoms into a great player, but he's there because we have 3 injuries. As long as he recovers from injury well, I think it's got to be Balogun with Pepe right at the door.
Yeah, Balogun, I don't know what's going on with that kid. Like,
Well, he was just injured.
yeah, but even before the injury, he wasn't he had his moments of brilliance, and then otherwise he's just not been looking good for either club and as well country. So yeah, I really would love to hear what our listeners or viewers are saying. Let us know how you would like to see this U.S. men's national team shape up before the next batch of friendlies and qualifiers before the end of the year.
And the Gold Cup. So hopefully we bring a decent team, maybe at least a B plus team at the worst, because we usually bring a C team. So.
Yeah, very true, very true. All right, PJ, you said you had a nice space that you wanted to go, so I'll let you take the floor here.
Well, I wanted to challenge you on your MLS knowledge.
Okay.
Have a little fun segment since we met. I won't say how long ago, but we met working for Major League Soccer at the National Sales Center, and I was always into the MLS trivia. And I think the list of MLS greats is so incredibly random. I want to see if you can name even like a couple people on the all-time scoring
All
list.
time scoring.
You know how serious I am about this? I printed it out and have their faces here. The crowd can see. You can't. But just take a few guesses in the top 10. Who do you think are some of the all-time leading scorers
Well,
in the MLS?
definitely Chris Wondolowski. He's number one.
Wow, he's number one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely number one.
Impressed.
Key Kamara, Kansas
Did
City.
you see this?
I didn't see that.
He's number 2.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Let's go with
Wow.
who's that dude? Ooh, okay. Connor Casey up there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Rapids fan here.
Hey, that was the squad that won the MLS Cup when I was there.
Facts.
Um,
Campeón.
hmm.
There's a very, very obvious person. Some of these people are extremely random, but you're missing the most obvious person of all time.
All time? I mean, Landon Donovan.
Yep, he's number 3.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed. By you.
Okay. Give me some teams.
Let me see if you can get the top 5, and then I'll read off the top 10. So you're just missing 2 more people. This person played on. Where did he play on? He was on the. He's American, but also Jamaican. And man, I think he was he on the Rapids. He played for a while up until like the late 90s until late 2000s. His initials are JC.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass.
Jeff Cunningham.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Where did he play?
That's gonna hurt.
Where did he play?
Let me pull him up real quick.
And number 5, he's Bolivian, and he is frequently on TV.
Frequently on TV.
Mm-hmm. He's more of the OGs. Like he was late 90s.
Not Oscar Moreno.
Close, same last name. Last name correct?
Oh dang.
It begins with J.
Jaime Moreno.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My MLS trivia is terrible.
What are you talking about? In your first 4 guesses, you got the top 3. That was great.
It's been a while, man. I've been mainly speaking about European football for the longest. So,
yeah.
All right, give me the 6 through 10.
Joseph Martinez, who is still in MLS, and he's been just kind of consistently there. Bradley Wright Phillips, Sean Wright Phillips, brother, and we round out the list. These are going to be harder ones. And Ante Razov, he was an OG. Jason Kreis, is he still coaching?
Yeah, well, he was coaching at Real Salt Lake. I remember him very vividly because of that Rocky Mountain Cup. He would always they would always win. And when I went to Utah, just being
who was the Rocky Mountain Cup? Colorado versus
Real Salt Lake.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, that was always a fun experience to be a part of. So.
And number 10, the Canadian wizard Dwayne De Rosario.
Ooh, Dwayne.
I really thought you did good. I think you were too hard on yourself. You got the top 3 in 4 guesses.
Yeah, that helps. I mean, you guys let us know. Like, if if you have any of those names kind of put to piece.
If there was any other segments that you want us to try,
Yeah, definitely list or compare a comparison game. Definitely down to try it.
top 10 hairstyles in the MLS, whatever it is.
Quincy Amarikwa had one of the better hairstyles. He had
Who?
Quincy Amarikwa.
That's what?
He used to play for the Rapids, and then he had the probably the best goal for the San Jose Earthquakes, and it gets played to this day as like one of the best MLS goals ever scored.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I have no idea who that is.
I'll give you a show on that specific chip that he did. It was around like the 40 meter mark, like a little bit past midfield, but he chipped it from the right side, went top corner into the top left. It was a amazing thing to see.
Oh
So
man,
yeah, that Quincy also had just like immaculate braid game. Like the man, his the way that he had his style, you could tell when he was on the pitch, he meant business. So he was really good to watch.
let's go.
Yeah. All right, let us move into our main event for the
That
evening.
wasn't the main event.
No, that I mean, if I'm failing four after four, that's 40%.
I thought you were good, but all right, let's get to what do we have on tap? The FA Cup, right?
Yeah, we got the FA Cup on tap. Let us start with some of the fixtures that are coming up this weekend. We have Fulham Crystal Palace. I'm feeling that is going to be also wanted to say we got to thank PJ for getting his MLS and FA Cup games up. Like this man never does any English Premier League soccer, but he decided to do it for this segment for you guys. So we got to really show out and appreciate that because this man is only Team USA.
I'm U.S. soccer in
In
general,
general, yeah.
but a lot of the American players are playing in the Premier League, and specifically, there's actually a handful of Americans left in this tournament. So I can't be mad about that. But on top of all that, we've got some excitement because we have a lot of teams in there that have never made it this far.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Oh, I'm loving it. There's a chance that none of the traditional top four teams are going to make the final.
Mhm.
The only one that's still in it, and that could be our first prediction of the evening. It'll be Manchester City versus Bournemouth. Who do you got?
Well, City isn't having the best year by their standards.
Yep.
They've only won 4 games over the last 10 competitions. Um, I mean, City still is the better team. So I want to say Tyler Adams scores a screamer. Um, but on talent alone, have to say City. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth win because City isn't in the best form.
Yeah, I'm going completely. I'm going a little bit astray. I'm going 2-2. Bournemouth win with in
Tyler Adams
penalties.
header.
No, it'll be this new center back. He just started for the Spanish national team for his first time. Hujsan. He is Dutch by birth, but he was born and raised within Spain, and he became naturalized that way. And he has been balling. Some of the assists over the weekend. Uh, he also had a goal over the weekend for the Netherlands.
Who is this?
Let me pull up his name.
Well, that if Bournemouth were to beat City, then we would have a first-time FA Cup champion because the only team left in the tournament that has won the FA Cup. Well, no, a few of them have, but we have the last team that was not City to win was in 1959, and that was Nottingham Forest.
Oh, this
So
man got facts today.
yeah, we got facts. We got facts. So that would be a historic win for Bournemouth as a club, but also for the history of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Dean Hussein. He
I'm not sure if
is
that's how you pronounce
hey, we are not doing well with pronunciations today. We'll figure it out. But who just seen
that.
Dean who just seen
Someone correct.
Dean who just seen. But he's really stamping his name right now within both Bournemouth and the Spanish national team. The fact that he got the call up and he's being trusted to start after some injuries sustained during the matches. That kid he's playing with a level of confidence right now. But also Bournemouth, their squad is just very well run, well managed. Iriola, he is killing it right now. So it's really great to see some of the things that are happening for them. So
Yeah,
I'm going Bournemouth
they're
two
in the
two.
top half.
Yeah, I'm going Bournemouth 2-2. Bournemouth to win on penalties.
I'm
So
all about it.
yeah. Okay. Our U.S. Matchup: Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
Oh
You have Richards from Crystal Palace, and you have Robinson over at Fulham. Who do you got?
man, that's a pick me because they're both solid teams.
Yeah.
Both mid-table ish in the EPL. I have to give the edge to Fulham. I think they're a little bit better of a squad. I hate to say it, but Jimenez from our rivals Mexico is playing well. Robinson is playing absurd.
Yeah.
So again, I could see that going either way, but I'm going to give the slight advantage to Fulham.
Feel it. Okay. I'm also going to go with Fulham for this matchup. It's just very hard not to see how good that squad under Silva has been this season. One thing that I'm
Oh,
really,
they're eighth in the table right
yeah,
now.
they're doing well. They have a few Arsenal players. Well, now Fulham players, but one is there on loan, but he's hurt. But their squad has been humming along. Raul Jimenez, as you said, he just stepped up for Mexico. He's been having
MVP
a
of the
amazing,
tournament.
yeah, amazing season. Because after that injury sustained to his head a few years back, he nobody really knew if he could go back to the levels that he was, and he was really starting to get scouted by like some really top clubs
Yep.
before that. So it's been really good to see that he's back on form. So yeah, I'm gonna go Fulham as well. I'm gonna go with a Fulham 3-1 win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Uh,
it.
let's move on to the last of the lower league darlings: Aston Villa versus Preston. Preston is still here after going through the gauntlet. Everybody else is in the Premier League. So,
Yeah.
Aston Villa versus Preston.
Well, Aston Villa has bounced back. They had some after a long period of time where they were like consistently a top eight EPL team. They sort of fell out of form, but they're having a good season
Yeah.
now. They're currently ninth in the EPL. So again, the Cinderella possibilities are there, but I just have to say that they're the stronger side. They're sort of getting back on track to their 2010 form. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I mean, everything that I'm seeing right now with Unai Emery's squad is, especially with the moves that they made in January to bolster the entire attack, it was just brilliant. Marcus Rashford, Asensio, Leon Bailey is still there. He can still cook.
Yeah, the
Ollie
Jamaican.
Watkins is good. Matson is good. Uh, yeah, they're just a good squad right now. So they're in both the Champions League, they have the cup, and they're still fighting for top four or top five within the Premier League. So if they're able to continue what they're doing right now, the sky's the limit. So yeah, I'm going for Aston Villa. Clear blowout 4-0.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
not giving Preston any type of love for this one. So, and then finally, probably the most even matchup within outside of the Fulham Crystal Palace, we'll go with Nottingham Forest versus Brighton. What I'm going to start this one because what I'm seeing right now with Nottingham Forest is that guy Chris Wood. He's been killing it for the New Zealand national team. He's also been killing it for Nottingham Forest. They're in
I
third
feel
right
like
now in
he's
the
been
Prem.
around forever.
He has been.
Like, how old is Chris
He Chris Wood could, and I
Wood?
have no idea how long he's been around, but he doing it. He was at
He
Burnley.
doing the thing.
Yeah, I never forget. He was at Burnley when they first went up. That's how long ago
I feel like he was like on the New Zealand national team when like 2014.
it's been 10 years,
Yeah.
and he looks ever ageless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go. Brighton is just a tricky squad to understand. Like they get pillaged every year by either Chelsea or another squad. Arsenal in the past, we got two players from them, and even still, like their recruitment policy is just amazing. So
Yeah.
it's a
A lot of
very
Ecuadorians,
yeah
right?
yeah well, a lot of South Americans,
A lot of South
like a
Americans.
lot of South Americans, and you mix it uh with English talent as well, and you got yourself a stew. So I'm going with this matchup. I'm going to have to go with Brighton in the upset. I'm going to go with Brighton 2-1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Where about you?
I mean, Forrest is having a hell of a year. Did
Yeah,
you see them
Not at all. They were
being
almost relegated
this
last year.
at this level and this place in the standings this late in the season. Could
Nuno got
anyone
them
have
boys
called
cooking.
that?
Nuno got them boys cooking. So
That's so impressive. And Brighton's having a good season too. I mean, we're talking teams that are seventh and third in the EPL. You think we're talking about like Liverpool versus Man
yeah,
City,
yeah,
but I mean these are two elite teams who historically are not. And I think anyone would be cheering for some of these teams to make a run because they la- neither team has won the FA Cup ever. Um, so if that were to happen, it would be a first.
yeah.
But I probably would give the slight edge to Forest, but either way, even though they're playing well this year, they still are Cinderella stories. So it's exciting either way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, those are our predictions, and I believe that'll be the show for today. I want to thank everybody again. Let us know what you think about the FA Cup, and if you have any pushes, pulls, anything else to say about our predictions. Want to thank you guys again. We got our boy Peach, you got your boy E. Thank you for giving them boys watch footy a listen today. Have a good one.
Nice.
Shit.
Good shit.
Oh man.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
sweating?
I am.
Pop them out. Yeah, sweat.